There are nearly 7 billion people on our planet, more than twice as many as there were just 45 years ago. But what if the population of the world doubled again in an instant?
There are shocking reports of chaos and violence at border crossings.
It's a massive migration north. Millions flee the ruins of Mexico City.
There are water riots in Los Angeles for the third straight day. The aqueducts are dry.
Can we find enough room to live? Enough food to eat? Enough air to breathe? Enough water to drink? This is what would happen if the world's population quickly hit 14 billion. The Earth hasn't always been a crowded place. When the pyramids were built, there were less than 30 million people on our planet. "4,000 years later, as London's Big Ben was being built, the world's population reached 1 billion for the first time. Just 80 years later, as Mount Rushmore was carved, the population had doubled to 2 billion. The next doubling took just 45 years, in time for the opening of the CN Tower in 1975. We keep growing at an astounding speed, adding the population equivalent of 10 New York cities to our world every year. If we keep expanding at this rate, the population will double again in 59 years.
The world census is shocking. In China, now just over 700 million people, a far cry from the 2 billion it reached 35 years ago.
In Africa, it's the first year where the population hasn't fallen since the so-called Great Hunger, the decade when 1 billion people died. The United States announced today that the population was just over 150 million, from the all-time high of more than 600 million.
After 35 years of decline, Earth's population has finally stabilized. It's dropped to 4 billion. Now, the Earth's comeback begins. This has been a thought experiment, a look into a bleak, suddenly overcrowded world. But already, millions are starving. Many cities are overcrowded. Poverty is growing. In the coming years, these strains are likely to get worse. Some believe that the Earth is already at the limit of what it can support, and our population continues to grow.